Hi there and welcome to this lesson on slice. So one of the emails we had was, can you do a lesson on slice, which is what majority of golfers do. So this time I've got a small basketball and a piece of wood to help do this video. So I think that if you understand actually what causes the slice and how the slice is made up, you have more chance to fix it, because people tend to get that bit wrong. So this we'll use as the club head, and obviously it will show us the spin on the ball. So let me just put this down a sec. If we think about football terms, and you say you kick the shot and you slice, that means the foot comes in, and instead of going through the ball, right through the middle, the foot catches it, slits a little bit on this side and slices off, and that's where the ball comes from. So slice is about the spin that you put on the ball. So let me put this down here. So let's just pretend this is the club face, okay? So if I come in, let me look myself. So if we come in and we hit the ball and we come square in, as we hit the ball, it goes fairly straight, okay? And that's because the club face was square. Now, there are different ways to slice the ball, but the majority of them is when the club face, so this bit of wood, goes left. So let me hold the ball there a sec. So we come into here, we come in at this angle, and as we hit it, instead of going straight through, we actually slice off to the left, and as you can see, that's making the ball slice and drift off to the right. Okay, so the slice comes because the relationship between the club face, this bit of wood, and the ball isn't square. You can hit a push slice. So a push slice is where we come in and the face is open and your swing goes that way. So that's the one that starts right and then slices further right. But the common one is the one where the club face goes to the left, but the club face is pointing right of where we want it to be. So in other words, the swing path is going that way as the club face is open. So if I do this, come this way, you can see how we've got some slice on the ball and it drifts. So the reason why it doesn't go as far right, because it doesn't start as far right as the push slice. And the more loft you have on the club, the less slice there will be. So that's what the slice makeup is. It's where the club face is pointing right of the swing path. And let's say that you had a slice of swing path, which is, believe it or not, when the ball slices to the right, the majority of times you slice, the swing path goes left. So if our club face, instead of being open to the swing path, was square to the swing path, as you can see, the ball goes left. Now, as all you slicers know out there, that every now and then, even though you do have majority of your shots with a slice, the ball goes left. And that's because on that particular occasion, you managed to match up the club face to either the swing path or it was closed. Okay, so if you wanted to curl, let's go back to football, curl the ball around the wall, we come in at this angle, don't we? So I know that you hit the football like that and it slices off to the right, but to bend it back, we've got to get the foot to go in the opposite direction. And if we can do that and actually get the club face closed, so again, so if we go this way with a closed club face, you see how you get the draw spin, or you curl it around the wall. Let me grab that quickly. So that's what makes a slice, it's the fact that the swing path and the club face don't match up through impact. In other words, the club face or right hand is pointing to the right of where the swing path is going. What causes that? A lot of time I'd say it's your alignment. So most people tend to aim right, therefore the swing tends to pull, so you pull it and then it comes round. That's the majority of the way. And a lot of people, as you get more lofted, the club face you need to close. So that's how it's done. Let's just go through some ways. I'm going to grab my clubs. I'm going to move the camera around. We'll go through some ways to hopefully improve or stop your slice. Okay, so here we are. We've got a hybrid and we've got a few balls down here. So the lower the loft, so the driver, as opposed to the sand iron. The driver will slice more if you have the slice. It's got less loft, it's easy to put side spin on the ball. And normally with your lofted ones, a slice is an open club face, it just adds loft. So, as we've just talked about, the club coming in and the club face is pointing to the right, so over that direction, in regards to this way. So, when people come in for a lesson, they're swinging to the left, they're probably unaware of it, and yet the ball's going to the right. So if you can make them go to the right, which everybody thinks is really, really strange, will actually help reduce the slice and maybe even turn it into a draw. But in order to do that, you've got to hit some shots. So let's look at how the grip affects things. So that would be my grip. So if I put it down there, you can see I've got 2 knuckles visible on both hands. And as the club comes into impact, in theory, it's pointing to the right. So if I sort of let go and move both the hands round to the right a tiny bit, as I pick the club up, can you see how now it's closed a tiny bit? So that would help if you had a big slice to reduce the slice, or maybe just do that on your longer clubs and then not so much on your shorter clubs. But certainly moving your hands for a right-hander to the right, which is a strengthening of your grip, will help reduce the slice, okay? But as we talked about, the club face is pointing right off the swing path. Now, very, very rarely, and I mean very, very rarely, does the club face point to the right of impact. Sorry, right of the target. It might be pointing right of your swing path, but if your swing path goes over there, the club face points to the right, that will still cause a slice. So what you want to try to do is you want to do some practice swings or some swings on your swing. You can practice hitting the ball out to the right. Okay, so I'm going to do something simple. So watch this. So if I did the slide swing, let me just stand square, sort of bring it over the top. Watch this. Oh, topped it. Let's have another go. First swing of the day. Okay, let's have another go. Okay, so that started left and sort of swung back round to the right, and hopefully we'll see that. So that did that way. If I don't change the swing, the club face, but I change the swing path, so that's now gone out to the right. Can't see because of the sun, but that's drawn back a tiny bit. So just by altering the swing path, I change the shape of the ball. Okay, so we've got 2 parts to this. That is because, let me grab 2 clubs. Let's just say this is the swing path, this is the club face. Okay, so the relationship between these 2 through impact, that counts. So if they were level, like this, it would fly straight. If you swung left, it would go straight left. If you swung to the right, it would go straight right. If this one, the bottom one, which the swing path goes left, let's say the club face points at the target, and as you can see here, this one's to the left. Let me lift it up. That will cause a slice because the ball tilts. If I change my swing path and don't alter the club face, that will cause a draw. It's as simple as that, okay? So when you swing it to the left, that generally causes the ball to go to the right. When you swing it to the right, that generally causes the ball to go to the left. It's about a game of opposites. But as I said, to fix that, you've got to do a whole load of shots. So let's say this one here come left and your club face was here. If we strengthened our grip a bit and pulled it more in line, you might find that your slice turns into a fade, and a fade is obviously quite controllable. Okay, so you can do that by changing your grip or by practicing rolling your hands. The forearm rotation closes the club face. If I do it like this, as you can see, we're coming open, and if we roll. So that's, I'm just rolling the forearms over, you can see the toe of the club changing from open to closed. Okay, but understanding the slice, as I said at the beginning, the fact that the club face points right of where the swing path is going is what causes the slice. So if you slice it, generally means you're swinging to the left. If you practice swinging to the right, or if you want to sort of do a cheat and just get the ball around the golf course, strengthen up your grip, and that will probably help. Hope you enjoyed.